Water's running up here. I'm happy about that. It's been pretty dry. Hello, my name's Shug. I know that because it says so on my hat. Got a hankering to come out and sleep in my hammock, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm north of Grand Marais, heading north. Got up here kind of late today. Woo, buddy. Feels good to be out here. It's about 55 degrees. It's cool. Sun is not too bright. Yes! Been walking about an hour now. A lot of blowdown. A lot of mosquitoes. It is June the 6th, so, you know, it's early June. Early June! Cleaver! So, you know, to be expected. They just gather around me when I stop. Buggy, they like me. I like them. Mosquitoes, what you gonna do? I'm in their neighborhood, huh? Yet they come down to my neighborhood. It's the way life goes. Uh-oh. Yeah, another one. Ah yes, the Lake of Superior. I'm starting to see the little treats I like to see now. Yes, one of my favorite plants, the wild columbine. And it continues. Oh yeah, we got water. Now check the site up there, there's no one there. It's an okay site for hammocks. Yes sir, yes'm. Got my site. So there's a couple little trees here. I'm just going to get between the smaller ones. And I am sort of down here near Fire Pit Central if anybody else shows up. Got my Black Crow DIY tarp I made. Gosh, I think I made this in 2014 or 2013. I didn't know it was that old. My old Wilderness Logic 40-degree underquilt, Hammock Gear 30-degree top quilt, and the War Bonnet Eldorado hammock. Nothing like a big fat bag of water. Oh, tonight is a Inertia Trail Foods Switchback Jack, which is your rotini pasta, tomato, pepper, and onion, and a pepper jack and tomato sauce. Get the old fancy feast fired up. Plop on the old hillbilly pot. Let's lid that boy up. Real nice. They give you a single serve pepper, some Parmesan cheese, and some crushed red pepper to put in there. Hot. Almost too hot to eat. That'll do. And then for dessert, I got a Yippee bar. And this is from Carl. Sent it from Costa Rica. I told him, you know, hey man, you don't have to send me stuff. I don't give out my address or my email, but if you can hunt me down, I'd love it. He sent me a really nice bag of coffee and several of these. And I would say this is kind of like the Costa Rican Kit Kat. Tastes totally different than the American Kit Kat. Doesn't taste like the coffee crisp, just got its own flavor. And sent a few, and my wife Meg nicked a couple right away because she we tried one, she liked them, so she took 2 of them. So I have 2, and this is one of them. Would that be Yippee or Yippee? I'm gonna say Yippee. Yippee! You know, the Superior Hiking Trail is not really wilderness, but it runs through a lot of great woods, and I'm more up on the northern end of it. It's kind of rare these days to get a camp to yourself. I mean, people could come in at any time. I don't care. See the layers? I would say there was like a hint of coconut somehow in there. No mocha taste. Tastes nothing like a Kit Kat. More like a coffee crisp, but without the mocha. Mmm, delicioso. Doing the old pot stare, waiting for that water to boil. It's about 6:45, maybe 6:48. About 50 degrees. Sunny, kind of chilly. Just turned on the thermostat because I got some bugs flying around my head. I think I slept probably 10 or 11 hours. That's the reason I came out here. Oh, glory. There's no sense in me even trying to talk to you right now. I don't have my wits about me. I need myself some espresso. Some Medaglia d'Oro instant espresso. Oh, that first quaff. That's enough to make me go, hoo-hoo. For my fine dining this morning, Packet Gourmet Good Day Sunshine Bowl. Good Day Sunshine. And this has a plethora of stuff in it. It's got whole organic oats with quinoa, mango, almonds, pecans, chia, hemp hearts, coconut, and maple syrup. For my friend, the Maple King. It sounds like a pretty much of a hippie brew. I've had it before. It's like oatmeal on steroids. I'm hanging down so low. So I wrapped up one Pap Tart in some tin foil. And it's a frosted cherry. It'll do. Kind of rather have a cinnamon. Well, of course, I'd rather have a peanut butter Pop-Tart, but that ain't happening. That's my first little patch of bunchberry that I've noticed. They're like little dogwoods to me. Well, a lot of blowdown this morning. Just enough to break your rhythm. Like 3 in a row. Waist high. Knobby. Kind of what I expected. It's just gorgeous today. It's I doubt it's even 60 degrees yet. 58. Hey there. That mosquito just fly out of my nostril, into my nostril, and out. Just kind of walking along, spacing out. Cool morning, sunny, birdie. Woods are real green. I had to stop here. Just a beautiful view of the lake. A little open area. There's this little shady spot right here by this little tree. Just enough shade in this grass to sit comfortably, have a little snack, some summer sausage, a couple of olives, some Reggiano Parmesan. Beautiful. Goodness gracious, that's going to be a good lunch. I love Parmesan Reggiano cheese. It just tastes so much better out in the woods. It's savory. It's just a good little lunch snack, and I had it on my mind. And then pair that with one of these nice green olives. Pitted, of course. Olives are French. Reggiano, Italian. And the summer sausage is from Wisconsin. That's a good combo to sit here in the shade. Cool day looking at these wild roses growing in this field. Mm-hmm. I don't remember that bridge. That's fancy. Bunch of old fuzzy wolf poop. Probably from winter. This is just one of these little spots that says drop your pack and take a minute. So eat a little bit more summer sausage. Down close to Highway 61, which is a highway from Minnesota that runs up into Thunder Bay, Canada. Pretty much a 2-lane highway, sort of skirts the Superior Hiking Trail. And I don't know, it's maybe half a mile away, but it sounds like it's right over my shoulder. Sounds like the Indy 500 down there. I'm gonna pour some milk on myself. Hey, wandering fool. Now this is the camp we were at when we were walking from Magny Park down to Grand Marais that time. And I've doubled back to this because I tried to get up to the lake walk today. And I was going to run out of time. There's no campsites near it other than the ones around here. And I'd have to go up to those ones that, remember, we couldn't find a place to hang. Plus they were kind of far up. So I came back down, and the fire pit has a tree through the middle of it, but if you remember, we hung down in here somewhere. That's Crow Creek, and the latrine is way up on top of the hill with a beautiful view there. Fond memories of getting you up at 3:30. I remember we walked into the dark and you followed the light on the back of my pack. Good times, man. Hanging in the war bonnet El Dorado, and later, like last night, I'll put the bug net up so it's kind of hooked up to the tarp. I like it to well up off my face. Although when you get out, you got to remember that you're staked out, but I don't mind. My mesh bag is happy, and I got a long hang tonight. Got a long hanging. Got the toggle down toward the end of the strap, tied with the marlin spike in it. Went and got water already, filled that up, that I can pour that into that later if I need to. Might not even need to. And that's my water station is right near my home. I guess I walked about 6.5 hours today. I'm okay with that. Hope you are. Oh man, I laid down to just test the hammock about an hour ago. Felt myself getting pretty comfortable in here, and I went to Loserville, Slumber Town, for about an hour. Just kind of laying here in and out. You know, the sun was beaming in the west, but the tarp was keeping it off of me. Cool. Mosquitoes all around me. I didn't even do up the bug net, but you know, they didn't bother me. I got so much bug juice on my hat and on me. It was glorious. It was great. There was an angry red squirrel over there, and it just had birds flying through. I mean, no big animals. This was like sort of nodding in here in the woods, and it was exactly what I needed. Oh, but I don't want to get out of the hammock yet. Oh, just good laying here, man. The temperature is, I'll tell you, it is 63 degrees. So definitely not hot. I mean, just like perfect. with the sun out, no wind, buggy. And, you know, I'm one of those guys, and probably like a lot of you, you know, I always dream of stopping in the middle of the day and taking a nap in my hammock as I'm hiking along, then pack it up and get back on the trail and get to camp. And I never do that. I don't think I've ever done it. Well, it was nice talking to you. Let me get myself up and look at, well, I don't even have to get up, my food bag's right there. See what's for dinner. Oh, the Lord of Lollygag. And I gotta say, the mosquitoes are all around me. About 15 minutes ago, I lit the thermocell, and they're barely around me now. And I know some people said they're not effective. Maybe not for them. It is for me, though. I like it. And it's not heavy at all. It's just got that little fuel container in it, a little bit of butane, and then this little sort of mosquito swat. Well, mosquito swatch, I guess you'd call it, or mosquito pad with all the stuff in it. Is it good for you breathing it in? I don't know, probably not. I think half the stuff you eat and do backpacking is not good for you, but it's good for your mental health, and it's good for your soul. And maybe it's good for a few people out there that like to live vicariously through people that are out hiking. Just like I sit home and, you know, watch really good bass players or people that have just been playing for years and go, man. And I used to do the same with mandolin, and I do the same with guitar players, going, man, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I feel like I put a lot of time in and I'm not there. They must put a lot of time. I mean, it could be a God-given talent on top of that. Stuff to ponder. Stuff to ponder. It's nice to stay interested. Keep the brain working a little bit. Just keep that gray matter, that cerebral cortex, that medulla oblongata, get those synapses and those dendrites, keep them all connected and firing. Tonight's fare, one of my favorites, the Packet Gourmet, the Big Easy Gumbo. We got your andouille spiced chicken, okra and tomatoes with the gumbo filet, long grain Louisiana rice, and Tabasco. Always a winner, always good. And for dessert, they're tiny but powerful. It's the McVitie's Club Bar. And that was sent by Alex, who sent me a box of swag from the UK. That chocolate and orange flavor's always been one of my favorites. It's a little wafery biscuit. They are delicious. Thanks, Alex. Cheers, mate. So there's me, and I'm looking at this tree right here. Been looking at it and how it fell. And this was probably during that storm too. Well, a week of wet snow. So it was up on the base of it. It's like right there. And then the tail end of it is kind of up in the air now, and it just it fell and got caught between all of these other trees. It's kind of amazing. And as it came down, it barely touched the ground with the tip. Kind of been doing that a lot today, just kind of looking at where trees fall, how they fall, which ones go all the way to the ground, and stuff like that. And you really got to get out in the woods and be here for those kind of observations of looking at nature. All right, I turned off the thermocell for a while, and the mosquitoes are back around me. And I gotta say, these are really not nuisance mosquitoes. They're not biting me. They're just around me. You know, one gets in my ear once in a while. I don't mind them. I just kind of shun them. But I've lit that thing, and I'm going to see if in like 5 or 10 minutes, I bet these guys will go, well, we got to get out of here, man. I don't like the smell of that citronella. My trusty old favorite Fancy Feast alcohol stove. 1 ounce of heat from the yellow bottle there. Empty that, then I'll refill it with that one. And 2 cups of water. Wouldn't be complete without that little sound. Even my daughter once says, Dad, I know the sound of a lid going on a pot. And an alcohol stove is not complete until it gets its windscreen put around it for efficient cooking. The thermocell has gotten rid of 98% of the mosquitoes. There was a ton of them here, and now there's just one or two coming by going, hey man, hey, not me man. I'm gonna come by and so bother you. But they're not landing on me, and I find that really effective. They're just not swarming me. That is my favorite, corn and okra. Yum! Big Easy Gumbo. Delicious. I just licked my spoon and it was wonderful. And it's just nice to sit here quietly. I hear Crow Creek running down there. Running good too. Really green out. I mean, it's still, you know, it's not summer yet, it's still spring. And a lot of the wildflowers are starting to pop. Got my canoe trip coming up. Boy, in less than 2 weeks, I got to get home and get ready for that. And hopefully it's going to really be popping out there in the Boundary Waters. Pretty pumped for that. Wow. This Big Easy Gumbo. As far as flavor goes, it's just got such a good, strong flavor. There it is, the lovely little club bar. That is one of my favorite combinations right there. The wafer has a nice crunch, doesn't fight back on you. Let's see if you can see that at all. The chocolate, classic UK tasting chocolate. You ever had those McVitie's digestive biscuits? They got them plain, and they have the ones with kind of the oats in them with chocolate on them. Oh man, look for them in your grocery store. You can usually find them where they have international foods. Sometimes even not, if you just ask. They never have these though. And the orange flavor in this is just perfect. I'm going to enjoy the rest of it without you having to watch me. I'm sorry. It's just the kind of guy I am. Good morning. Wow, when I opened up this bug net, the mosquitoes just pounced. And I lit up this thermocell right away and it's already a little bit better. You're probably tired of hearing me say that, but I enjoy saying it because it's a big thing out here. It's 44 degrees this morning. Chilly. Feels chilly. Expect it to be warmer than that. I could kind of feel it in my sleep, this 40-degree underquilt that's got sun through baffles. I was kind of feeling a little bit of cool on my buttocks, and now I know why. That's the way it goes. I mean, wasn't critical or anything, but, you know, wasn't like having Frankenquilt. So this morning is, I'm going to have packet gourmet polenta with pork sausage. That ought to be good. One pap tart, the frosted cherry, and medaglia d'oro instant espresso. I was asleep before it was dark, and it's probably about 6:45 right now. And I woke up, could have gotten up a while back, but I just didn't want to. Well, there you go then. That's mixed up to the best of my ability. Already thickening. Let that sit a while. Get into this coffee and Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart! Morning glory. Morning glory. That's the story. Morning glory. Oh, my little table's very dirty. Very dirty. And a tippity top of the morning to you. That's my morning view, just kind of looking at a lot of green. What I'm hearing is a lot more exciting than what I'm seeing. Well, Meg went for 9 days and visited my daughter Ariel on Virgin Cruise Lines, which is in the Mediterranean. And Ariel's performing in the circus show on that ship. We've been on there for about 3 months, maybe a little longer, which is why I had Beam for a while, because her boyfriend Evan had to go out of town. So Beam came and lived in the country with us. And Ariel's just living a good life out there, sending pictures from cafes in France and Spain and Italy, out having gelato and charcuterie trays and lovely pastas. And you know, Meg and I did that back in our days where you're traveling Europe and all the Mediterranean countries, and I don't know, it's something like ice cream just always tasted so good there. And you're kind of standing there having that cone of ice cream in those ancient city walls, old buildings, narrow alleyways. So she comes home soon, and she's going to start rehearsals for another show with Seven Fingers. Be home for a few weeks, fly to Montreal, rehearse, go back home, and then they're going over to Europe. And I'm happy for her because she's 31 and she's still working a lot. But it's fun to look at her pictures and went, oh yeah, me and Meg did all that. You forget all these things you did 20, 30 years ago. 30, more like 30 years ago. That you did all that. Sometimes you have to just reflect back or see someone else do it, and then you go, oh yeah, we did that. You can see the mosquitoes are pretty bad, even on a cool morning. And I've turned that thermocell off. Yeah, I turned it off. And I'm just letting them kind of swarm me. Letting them know, hey man, y'all got me outnumbered, but I won't go down easy. Get off me. So if you hate bugs, this may not be the best time to be out here. Maybe wait a little bit, or maybe get that full bug suit. Or maybe just enjoy the creature comforts of home like a smart person. Camp is broken. Cleared up. Patrolled my area. No litter. Got my straps. Looks good. I had the camp all to myself. Let's do it. See here? What we're gonna do is keep walking after we have this little break. You see, kid? 52 Skidoo. This is the same place I took a break yesterday, looking down toward Lake Superior. Well, it's kind of hazy today because we're getting a lot of that smoke coming down from Canada from the wildfires, and good luck for that. And good luck with that, Canada. And I think that's up around Nova Scotia. I'm having a summer sausage stick. Even though it's not summer, I'm going to call it a spring sausage. Just too nice. A little bit of shade right here from this little tree. Beautiful. Super sweet. That's why I come out here. Moments like this. It's one of the nicest things while I'm sitting there is just looking around and seeing these little bursts of pink from these wild roses. Stopping to have a little water up down here at Durfee Creek. I've been using some of these Noon hydration. This is kind of the energy one. Real nice. Feel like you're getting something out of your water. Got some real wispy clouds today. Kind of cool. Not seen them like that very much. Got kind of a cotton candy look. I have just been seeing thousands of these beetles all over the trail, and they know you're coming and run away. Oh, where you going? You stuck there. I see ya. Yeah. Anywho, been trying not to step on them, just to be polite. I know I'm pretty close to the Jeep, and I'm gonna pass by the last site, go to the Jeep, and go on home. That's what I'm gonna do. Here's one thing I did want to mention. I only have one tick on me this whole trip. I did spray my pants pretty much from mid-thigh down with permethrin, and my socks and my gaiters, and found that guy on the back of my calf last night. It wasn't a very big one, but bigger than a deer tick. So I yanked him and I screamed, and I just put it out of my mind till now. All right, almost to the Jeep, and I just passed my first backpacker. I don't think he saw me coming. He had a head net on. He was kind of down in his phone, and I kind of walked up and I said, "Oh, heads up." And been a good trip. Woo, buddy, all secure in Sector 7. Glad I came out. Glad I could still do it. And I'm glad you're watching. Thank you for your time. I appreciate that, and I really mean it. That's sincerity from me.